welcome to the opening bell. My name is Isaac, and in this video, we will be recapping the stock market week of July 3rd through July 7th, 2023. So let's get started. I am using the TD Bank Stock Market Simulator, so we will start with Marriott. I own 60 shares of Marriott, and I paid for it at a price of $175.95, and its last price was $185.66. I have a profit of $582.71 on Marriott, giving it a pretty good and marginal, pretty small profit overall compared to my other stocks that I have, but Marriott still has a pretty good profit. And we're going to talk about how it performed this week in the charts. Here's the chart for Marriott, and I'm going to tell you Marriott will start at a price of $183.69 and around there, and Marriott will then take a little downward slope to start the week. It will reach a low at a little more around $179, and then after that dip, Marriott will soar straight up to a price high at a little above $186, and then Marriott will end at the week at a price of $185.66, giving a small profit overall this week, with a dip in the beginning of the week towards this or at the end of the week. And as we're in travel season, this is peak season for travel companies, airlines, hotel companies included, and Marriott is one of the biggest traveling companies in the world, and so this probably affects. So Marriott probably has had a overall pretty good summer overall, and we're going to hope that this profit continues into the next week. The next stock that I'm going to talk about is Disney. I own 130 shares of Disney, and I paid for it at a price of $106.14. And its last price was $88.64. I have a loss of $2,274.53 on Disney, giving it a huge loss overall, and the worst stock that I have overall. And this loss starting from when I first bought it. Overall, we see a huge loss in the red for a long time, probably for the last 5 months, and overall for Disney. And we're going to talk about how Disney performed exactly in the last 5 days in the charts. Here's the chart for Disney, and Disney will start the week at a price of $89.28, and it will start the week on a profit, and then a dip. This dip will continue down all the way to a low of the week at just below $88. After that, Disney will then take a marginal and slim profit overall, and will end the week at a price of $88.64, giving it about a $1 loss from the beginning of the week to the end of the week overall. So a sluggish week for Disney, with the dip midweek and not able to climb out of that dip towards the end of the week. Overall, however, Disney rebounding towards the end of the week is a good sign coming into the next weeks, and we just hope that it continues to go up into the coming weeks. The next stock that I'm going to talk about is Microsoft. I own 60 shares of Microsoft, and I paid for a price of $310.33, and its last price was $337.22. I have a profit of $1,613.70 on Marriott, giving it a huge profit overall from when I first bought it, and from when I first bought it. With a $1,613.70 profit, signifies a really good stock in Microsoft overall. And I bought it just before and I bought Microsoft around the time when Microsoft started getting more into developing AI in their company, with ChatGPT coming out, and that has benefited well with a profit overall and of $1,613.70, and we are going to talk about how this week it performed in the charts. Here's the chart for Microsoft. Microsoft will start at a price of actually just around $340, exactly $350.54. Microsoft will then start on Monday with a dip to start the week. Microsoft will continue with these fluctuating prices, going up and down and up and down all the way towards the end of the week, where it will take a mountain on Friday, going up and then down to end the week at a price of $337.22. So we see a lot of fluctuating prices this week from Microsoft, and I want to signify this big jump that Microsoft had on Friday, July 7th. This happened because Morgan Stanley named Microsoft one of its top picks for one of its top picks for stocks to buy right now, with Microsoft going up on just about Friday morning overall. So overall, Microsoft a really good stock, and I agree with Morgan Stanley on this stance in Microsoft. It's a really good stock, and if they monetize AI, they could probably continue to soar overall in the last and to soar overall towards the end of the year 2023. So I think that this is a really good stock in Microsoft, as well as does Morgan Stanley. So overall, a really good stock and trading, year so far for the tech company. The next stock that I'm going to talk about is Apple. I own 30 shares of Apple, and I paid for it a price of $159.89, and its last price was $190.68. I have a profit of $923.70 in Apple from when I first bought it, and we are going to talk about how it performed this week in the charts. Here's the chart for Apple. As we can see, Apple will start at a price of just around $193.97, and Apple will start the week off with a dip overall to start the trading week. This dip will go all the way down to a low at just maybe around a little less than $190 at that point. Make that arrow better. Apple will then rebound that dip, and will go up all the way to end the week at a price of, after the slim dip on Friday, will end the week at a price of $190.68, giving it about a $3 loss from the beginning of the week towards the end of the week for Apple. So not really good trading a week for Apple overall, with the dip in the beginning of the week, the jump in the middle of the week, and the slim dip in the end of the week for Apple. So an overall not so good trading week for the tech company. The next stock that I'm going to talk about is Amazon. I own 80 shares of Amazon, and I paid for it at a price of $127.55. Its last price is $129.78. I have a $178.10 profit on Amazon, giving a pretty good profit overall for me. Overall for Amazon, with a despite the fact that I just bought it recently. Amazon, although having fluctuating prices from when I first bought it, has actually given me a good profit overall. And we are going to talk about how it performed this week in the charts. And this is the chart for Amazon. And Amazon will start the week at a price of just around $130.36. And actually just at the beginning of Monday morning. Amazon will then take a little fluctuating prices towards July 3rd and July 5th on the shortened week this week. Amazon will then take a huge dip. This will go from a price of just in between just about $130.50 to a price low in the week of just below $128, around $127.50 right there. This will be a huge dip for Amazon this week. Amazon will then take a pretty good profit towards the end of the week, and will end the week at a price of exactly $129.78 overall, giving it around a $1 loss from the beginning of the week toward the end of the week. And personally, for me, I think Amazon is one of the top AI picks there are left in the New York Stock Exchange overall, since Amazon with AWS, Amazon has a lot of potential in AI, given that it is Amazon.com is a source for shopping that people use almost every day in the year, and so overall, exactly, probably every day actually, not almost. And so Amazon, a top AI pick overall. As with Prime Day coming up, prices next week could fluctuate for Amazon, and so overall a really pretty good fluctuating price week for the tech company. The next stock that I'm going to talk about is NVIDIA. I own 20 shares of NVIDIA and I paid for the price of $272.36, and its last price was $425.03. I have a profit of NVIDIA just over $3,000, exactly the price of $3,053.40 on NVIDIA. What a profit overall from when I first bought it. Going back to the quarterly earning reports, it reported just before, and so overall for NVIDIA, a really good trading week and month so far for NVIDIA overall. With its AI chips, NVIDIA is making a lot of profit from that. We're going to talk about how it performed in the charts. Here's the chart for NVIDIA. NVIDIA will start the week at a price of $423.02, actually just around right here. On Monday, it will take a jump. NVIDIA will then take some fluctuating prices going up and down, and then a huge dip midweek. This dip will result from a price change at $425 all the way down to $415, and then after that, NVIDIA will end the week on a profitable note. We'll end the week at a price of $425.03. So overall for NVIDIA, a pretty good week overall. Actually, not so bad of a week. From the beginning of the week towards the end of the week, around a $2 profit, and so that is some good news for the tech company and the AI chip maker overall. As we get into earnings season coming in the coming weeks, it's important that NVIDIA does have some good earnings season and hopefully has some good earnings reports and a good earnings season as it did last quarter. So overall, a really good trading week for NVIDIA, and we hope that the chip maker continues to rebound its fluctuating prices and to not have so much fluctuating prices and to start giving major profits overall in the coming weeks as they start to enter the heat of the AI race in the chip. So an overall pretty good week for the chip maker company. The next stock that I'm going to talk about is Alphabet. I own 40 shares of Alphabet and I paid for their price of $112.70, and its last price was $119.48. I have a profit of $271.20 on Alphabet, giving a pretty good profit overall this week for Alphabet, and it has had a really not so predictable season so far. This season so far, the tech company doing not so good in the AI race between major tech giants, and we are going to talk about how it performed this week in the charts. Here is the chart for Alphabet. Alphabet will start the week at a price of $119.70. Alphabet will then take a profit to start the week. Alphabet will take the profit all the way up to a price at higher than $122, and from then Alphabet will then take a dip. This dip will go all the way down to a low price at just below $119, and from then Alphabet will take a pretty slim profit towards the end of the week, where it will end the week at a price of $119.48, giving it an exact 22 cents loss per share from the beginning of the week towards the end of the week for the tech giant. And I just think that Alphabet is right now not doing good so far in the AI race. If you read a lot of stock market articles, you would know that a lot of stock investors and investment companies are also saying this about Alphabet. Overall, they have just not had such a good AI season overall, and I think that overall, if Alphabet does go up, I'm also thinking about this. If you are to selling Alphabet, this could be helpful as Alphabet braces for a rough maybe earnings season. Overall, we'll just see what happens overall. But for this week, a slim loss and a pretty steady week. From the beginning of the week towards the end of the week overall for Alphabet. The next stock that I'm going to talk about is Meta Platforms. I own 40 shares of Meta Platforms and I paid for their price of $284.13. Its last price was $290.53, and I have a $256 profit on Meta Platforms, giving it a really good profit overall. from when I first bought it around 2 weeks ago. And Meta platforms did perform really well this week due to releasing its new social media platform, Meta Threads, which got millions of users just within hours, and around like 30 million users within days. So Meta platforms could and probably will affect Meta's stock price in the coming days, and I'm going to talk about how it performed this week in the charts. This is the chart for Meta platforms, and it will start the week at a price of just around 280, around $6-ish or $7-ish right there. Meta will start off with a huge profit. This will come just after July 4th. Meta will see a huge profit. This profit will take it from a price of $285 all the way up to a price of above $295. This is due to its releasing of its new social media platform, Meta Threads, which some investment companies and some investors might call, quote unquote, the Twitter killer, as Mark Zuckerberg's Meta Threads aims to probably affect Twitter revenue in the coming days, as millions of users pile onto Meta Threads. Overall, we're going to see a slim end to the week, a pretty steady end to the week. We'll end the week at a price of $290.53, and I personally think that Meta Threads is a pretty good company to Meta Threads is a pretty good platform to use right now, not a company, a platform. And Meta platforms might or might not continue to profit in the coming days due to Meta Threads. I do believe that if Meta Threads does not sustain its continuous amount of users in the coming days, then I don't think that the Meta Threads will succeed, and it could not be such a big company. Not such a big company again. It could not be such a big social media platform in the coming days, and it could not be, as people deem, a Twitter killer. It just needs to, but in order for it to become a Twitter killer, it needs to sustain its amount of users and to gain users in the coming days. And just a quick reminder, next week will mark the beginning of the week for the Q2 earning season on the New York Stock Exchange, with major bank companies such as JP Morgan and Wells Fargo reporting first in the banking part of the quarterly earning season. So just be on lookout for your stocks earning reports in the coming weeks, because major and dramatic changes could occur. So thank you, everyone, and so just pay attention in the coming weeks. Well, that does it for the video July 3rd, July 7th, 2023 stock market recap. I thank you for watching the opening bell, and I hope you enjoyed this recap. I will continue posting stock market recaps weekly. Thanks!